All right, and welcome to Introduction to Philosophy. This will be probably my last segment on Plato. This is going to be about a little bit about Plato's political philosophy. I mean, I don't want to get too much into this. I mean, pretty much if you take a ancient philosophy class, you will probably read the the Republic or something like that, which will kind of help you to understand basically all of his philosophy. I mean, basically you have to read a lot of other dialogues to get everything, but the Republic gives you a little bit of everything. But along with that, I kind of want to give you just a brief um, idea of what his idea of justice is. And he talked, Socrates in the dialogues has discussed justice in a variety of different ways and contexts. So it's kind of hard to get a perfect idea of what justice is to him and to Plato himself, but we're going to sort of talk about that a little bit. And I on this channel, outside of this course, I do have a video for each book of the Republic. So if you want like a more in-depth analysis and stuff like that, a more in-depth discussion about Plato's about Plato's political philosophy, I have a playlist which is just for stuff about Plato, so you can go to there and you can see that. So Plato's political philosophy surrounds the 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 Republic, and of course, it's kind of what we would think of today as a totalitarian state. Not necessarily like that, but sort of. First off, justice. Justice is, according to Plato, and stated by Socrates in the dialogues, is to basically do one's own business and to not be a busybody. I mean, it's to fill one's own proper role that is of you, and basically that leads to a hierarchy of social classes within the within the within the Republic, which is basically given by Plato in that book. And basically, you have, I forget what they all are, but I'll try to explain that. And I probably had explained that better in different videos. But basically, you have lower classes of people who do menial jobs, who do mundane work, jobs that don't require much thought, because mainly because they don't have that much intelligence, and basically intelligence is what causes this social hierarchy to occur. And basically, if you are intelligent, you'll be higher up. And basically, and I'll get to the Philosopher King in a second. That's one of the bigger things. A part of this. That's actually part of this whole thing. Now, justice, which is one's always filling one's own proper role in society, that again also causes all of the levels of the social hierarchy to have people to actually do those works. So basically you have like a peasant, somebody who does the menial jobs in society that people who aren't that intelligent will do. Basic things like being a cobbler or a blacksmith, normally hard work, that kind of thing. Above that, you have something like a soldier. And a soldier is not just somebody who fights. I forget. There's a term for it. There's a term for this class. I mean, there's there's two like classes of soldiers. One is just somebody who's going to serve for the government, and there's guardians. Basically, there are soldiers who protect the people, and there is a level above that called the guardians. I think it's called the guardians, but it's people among the soldiers who have been picked to be trained in philosophy and education and that kind of thing. And the guardians are basically, I think I could be wrong on the term on that, because I'm just trying to give a brief cursory look over Plato's political philosophy. So mainly that's basically you have these guardians. I think it's what it's called. These people who are smarter and are basically being trained and being taught in philosophy and physics and science, all these different things. And basically, at the top of this whole hierarchy, and there are different levels that I haven't discussed here. I'm talking about a few basic levels. There's the philosopher king. Plato thought that it was best if the head of any republic would be a philosopher. A philosopher being the one who is most, intelligent, the one who is most enlightened, who can best run the 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 republic. That's the best way to go. And it's you kind of find out later Plato, the whole thing didn't really work. It didn't really ever occur. It didn't really work. And I'm not really gonna go into why, because basically among the guardians, among the people who are trained, the one who is of the highest caliber, the highest intelligence, is picked to be is picked as the philosopher king, the one to rule. The one who is the most smart and the most intelligent and the most educated is the one who is fit to make the best decisions to guide and rule the republic. So that's a basic idea of everything. If you read the Statesman and the Laws, and the Phaedo and the Phaedrus, I think there's a couple of the dialogues besides the Statesman and the Laws, which gives you political thoughts on this. And at the end of the Republic, they decide to kick out the poets for a certain reason, which I'm not really gonna go. I think it's because they're not. They kind of cause distraction from actual real work to actual intellectual real learning. I mean, I think that was why. But it's been a while since I read the Republic. I've read a couple of Plato's dialogues recently, and I plan on doing actual videos about certain dialogues. But let me know if you think I left something out about Plato's political philosophy, or if you think I butchered something. Comment below, because this course is about learning and not. It's about. I also want to learn too. I'm not. I have been. I've learned a lot of philosophy in my life, and that's basically the reason why I've been doing this, because I really like to. I like to do this stuff. I like to teach, and I like to do these courses for that very reason, to spread knowledge to others, and also to gain more knowledge myself.